So now we'll talk about the literature review section. So a literature review is not an annotated bibliography or a mere summary of the relevant research. Instead, it's a section that demonstrates you've done the relevant reading and research and made sense of that external research. So what does that mean? It means that a literature review, the function of the literature review is so that you as a scholar are demonstrating that you've read the relevant work associated with your field, and that not only have you read it, you've been able to ingest it and categorize it in some way. So that's what gets to the little snowman. So what the text on the little snowman, the colorful snowman says, so the bottom blue section says, one school of thought, all grouped together as one unit of discussion. Above that is differing but related scholarship. And then you've got the three on the top, which is scholarship grouped together. So all three of those different colors are ways in which you as a researcher are grouping the relevant research in your literature review together. So it may be that they're thematically grouped. So, okay, there's all of this under the blue theme. All of these scholars seem to be approaching the topic in a similar way. Oh my gosh, then there are all of these in the red theme, and they are on the different side of the fence, and there are fewer of them than the blue guys, which is why the red is a little bit smaller. But I've now grouped this kind of scholarship together. And then we've got the green and the yellow and the purple, and they're all offering differing views. So each of those colored balls in a little image suggests a way of categorizing the scholarship. So they represent a whole body of research. So instead of just listing out, so-and-so said this, and this person said that, then this person said that, the point of the literature review is to demonstrate your mastery over the subject. So not only have you read all of the research, you've made sense of it, and then you've created some sort of categorization. So it could be thematic categorization, could be chronological. You might notice that there are different trends. So you might say, okay, at the turn of the 20th century, people approached this topic this way. By the middle of the century, the trend had sort of shifted and they believed this other thing. And then into the 21st century, they started to see things yet differently again. And so you're grouping that scholarship chronologically. There may also be a geographic component. You may be looking at, say, post-colonial literature. And so you might want to draw out kind of geographical comparisons and say, okay, in the global South, scholars look at things this way, whereas there's a Eurocentric view that approaches things in a very different way. And you're grouping those categories based on where those scholars are coming from in the world. So just to summarize here, you can have that thematic grouping, you can have geographical grouping, you can have chronological grouping, and any combination therein. However, what's important to bear in mind as you set out to structure a literature review is simply to know that you're doing the work and that you're demonstrating mastery over that work.